Alright, I'm gonna try this one more time here. Been having terrible time with shadow play, actually doing a full recording. So what I'm gonna do here is try to get one of my top times doing a speedrun on deep vein extraction. The reward you get 150 credits and as many exotics which you collect, which I typically get between like 60 and 80 depending if you get two ore veins in the cave. You can get upwards of 80. I just got my suit, so I have the suit for the set bonus for the stamina regeneration and maximum stamina. I hold my bow in my hand when I'm running because I have the plus 10% speed boost for when holding a bow, and I have my 2 mass dampeners. I have my pick already crafted, so ready to go, and a knife just in case I run into a wolf, and I use that to take out the cave worms. I'm going to try to get my timer set up on my phone. I'll pretty much just start the timer as soon as I get out of my dropship. Starting timer.
The assembly's a smart bet, and they're moving faster than anyone out here.
So,
they've marked a zone on your
first thing I'm looking for is some berries, and some watermelon. Hopefully,
I'd get a move on if I were you, and try not to come back empty-handed.
All right. As you can see there, the wolves I typically don't worry about too much. They typically give up chase pretty quickly. The wolves seem like they start off at a stalking pace a lot of times. Like they'll try to quietly stalk you, and if you're just running, then they just lose interest pretty quickly. I had some frame rates drop there. That was interesting. Also, to move faster, hopping, especially when you're going like down a hill. Because for some reason, when you're going downhill, when you're in the air, you don't use stamina, and you'll actually regain stamina. So the net overall loss of stamina is pretty low. Watch out for trees. And rocks. Do you want to pick up a little bit of a loose oxide? Should be plenty of oxide. Typically don't need more than, half dozen to a dozen. I go around the northern passage. So you go north and then you cut east where my marker was. That seems to be faster than going through the southern passage. The southern passage, you also I feel like you're in the snow biome more. And just have to worry about more polar bears and stuff like that then. Right there, you don't want to jump or sprint down that hill because you can break an ankle pretty easily. So my main concern is just bears. If I see a bear, I will try to avoid it at all costs. You try to go behind them. They have a pretty big blind spot behind them. If you do get spotted and they start chasing you, I have a couple of options. If you're near one of those cliffs, you can jump down a cliff and typically the bears won't chase you down the cliffs. You can jump over some boulders and maybe the bear will get stuck on the boulders and leave you alone. The third option is you can abuse the Unstuck function. So like as soon as you hear that music, the bear's coming at you, you can hit Unstuck. And sometimes it'll teleport you far enough away from the bear that the bear will actually then leave you alone. Sometimes it teleports you right behind the bear, and then you have to do it again. So it's a little bit of a gamble. It doesn't always work out, but I've had it work out great at times and not so great other times. And that canyon I just went through, that's one of the places where there are often bears. It's not this time, so that was nice. And then there's another canyon coming up here in a little bit after I cross the river. And there's often bears in there as well. And those are the two main places you have to worry about bears until you get into the Arctic. This is the other canyon I was talking about where there's often a bear and it's hard to avoid them because it's so narrow. Looks like I got lucky. I'm going to go ahead and just use my oxide now. Well, my stamina needed to regenerate anyway. And that should give me enough oxygen to complete this mission without an issue. When you get into this valley here, you want to head to the east. You should see the snow coming up. Another area where there might be a bear. Sometimes a regular bear, sometimes a polar bear. Try to avoid them both. They'll be hiding around that corner sometimes. And very often there is one over there on the right hand side, so I always stick to the left here. I think I've only ever seen a polar bear this direction once, and I've seen polar bears over the right hand side about 50% of the time. Hill to hop down. Get lots of speed. Might break an, well, not break an ankle, but sprain an ankle. Ankle sprains don't seem to slow you down unless you're carrying a lot. Got nice and lucky here.
It's around here somewhere.
That was not too lucky there, actually. Normally I don't have that much of a trouble killing them with my knife. Either way, shouldn't slow me down too much.
They'll want a little more than that.
The cave being open was a huge boost. Sometimes you have to mine through that. So this area here, watch out for polar bears again. There's one. So I'm going to try to cut behind it. It's a little closer than I like, but it worked out for me this time. I am at 9 minutes and 15 seconds according to my stopwatch right now. So that's the second vein. There's one more that's right there, center of my screen. I am playing on an ultra-wide monitor. I'm not sure how this is going to come across on YouTube. I guess we'll see. Hopefully it's not too wide and skinny for everybody. As far as my hardware, I have the RTX 3090, I have 32 gigabytes of RAM, and an Intel 9900K CPU. So this game I have no issues with. And a lot of people complain that the game takes too much hardware, you know, too high class hardware, whatever, however you want to say it. But I enjoy the game a lot. So I put money into my hardware, and I got lucky getting a 3090 RTX, and it kicks ass. Okay, and then go ahead and do an unstuck here, a little cheat, and that takes us right back to our ship. Make sure you manually drag the first exotic over, or else you don't get credit for the mission for some reason.
For now, at least.
And return to station.
Can be slow to trust people, but if you keep this up,
So I got about
you'll do well.
11 minutes and 10 seconds there. Go ahead and show my talents. Okay, here we go. Get my rewards. 62 exotics, 150 credits, and 11 plus few seconds there. 1 minute and 10 seconds or so. So my talents that I use, I do have the Lucky Strike. It does help speed things up. Sometimes you get less exotics, though, it seems like, if you get a Lucky Strike. You actually don't get as many as if you mine the whole thing. Swift Survivor is obviously necessary to chase them down. Maximum Stamina is necessary, I'd say. And then the solo talents as well for stamina and speed. And then even in combat, I have the 3 points put into bow agility, so that way I do move 10% faster with the bow. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and upload this to YouTube. It looks like it actually did record the whole way through, so that's good. Hopefully I fixed whatever was going on with Shadowplay. And thanks for watching.